I'm gonna quickly go piss off all. No, actually, I can't do it. Like, I'm gonna go take some bottles out. And I was like, no, it's a bad idea because I'm gonna go into the middle of all these buildings and just at 1 in the morning. Bad plan. Do you want to go 3?
Totally, yeah.
I'm literally just sitting here burning off aggressive expansion.
Me too, yeah. I'm just waiting to develop shit. I'm gonna ally Poland, but I'm gonna vow to myself if he attacks Hungary, I will not join any aggressive wars started by Poland.
He has a couple claims.
Does he?
Yep. 3 claims. Oh, god damn it. Why does my internet suck ass? I'll talk to my landlord about get her to. I know what's happening is I have the ghetto plan from the internet because my landlord pays for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm wondering if I can like convince her to upgrade, but then I'll pay more. So I was at the shop the other day and it was like 10 or 20 megabits is €10 a month, and then 200 megabits is €20 a month, and I'm like, can we that one instead?
Mm-hmm.
I would tell you about when I was living in Sweden, and I was staying at like a university dorm in Gothenburg. I legit would download games from Steam at 100 megabytes a second. 100 at 120. I was like,
Sorry, you're lagging now. I'm
I
listening.
know, sorry.
I'm cutting out a little bit. I'm trying to listen. I remember we played games, didn't we? When you were there.
We probably did.
I think you had really fast upload speed or something. But I remember that vaguely.
Those were good days. Sweden has dank internet. Yeah, unfortunately, my German internet is dog shit. I move to LA next year. Stuck again. Ooh, catching up. It's almost like I get packet loss or something. It just goes in and out. But it's like funny because I'm hardline, so it's not like it's a Wi-Fi issue.
I'm sure this mod is slowing shit down as well, to be fair.
That's true. With all of these tiny little shitty OPMs that need to be gobbled up. Gobble, 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 gobble. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Oh, god. Aggressive expansion is a shitty mechanic, too. So many shitty mechanics. Such little time. Oh no. Alternative rum lost in the end.
Don't they? Do they come back, or is that it? Is that their one go?
I don't remember. I really don't remember. I don't remember anything that happens in this mod.
I may come back
I do wish it was a.
when they
I do wish it was a little bigger.
when they spawn. Because I was allied with Byzantium the last time. They only spawn with like a really small army, so maybe they will return.
I do wish they were a little bigger. Like, I wish they were. Well, I wish the map was a little bigger. Like, I wish it included a little more of Russia and a little more of North Africa, Levant. That would be dope. Like, it doesn't need to be the whole world, but it doesn't really capture the full Europe.
You can't really change it from here. You'd have to resize everything. Because to make these maps, you have to literally create them pixel by. I mean, actually, you do have to make them pixel by pixel. But I'm sure he just like pasted like a big terrain map and then just traced it and drew the provinces.
Yeah. Yep. Happening? Am I still fucking?
Yeah, I'm gonna do 2 now because you're not keeping up for some reason. All of a sudden, even 2, you're struggling.
Yeah, this is strange. Check, hold on. Internet. I'm wondering if it's your side now.
It's possible.
They usually don't. I'm just thinking it's like peak hours in like 7:30 is like when all the teenagers are streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Funny to think one day people are gonna be like, "Wait, you had issues with your internet? What? What do you mean?"
People will look back in the savagery. Oh, I remember dial-up. It's gonna be like old man memory in the future.
It's already old man memory a little
It
bit. It
is, yeah.
I 100% remember that.
Yep. Yeah. You got mail.
You've got mail. You've got pictures. Goodbye.
And you would take up the phone line so nobody could call. You like answer the phone. If someone called you, you just get the busy line.
Mom, I'm on the phone. Mom. Who are you talking to? A girl. Go away. Mom. God. That classic shit right there. I'm drilling my army right now. No regrets.
don't know how they do the ideas in this.
I think it switches over. I think it's like the other mod I was talking about. Where you start with.
Like, do we have these quote-unquote early cultural ideas? Like,
Yeah.
do we have that group for the entire game, or does that, like, quote-unquote upgrade?
I think it either
Or,
upgrades or returns to you.
uh,
I've never done it before, but I've seen that in other mods as well, and I'm very sure it goes back to the normal ones once a certain hour. I'm just
debating which one. I think I have to go cultural ideas, because there's a Republican tradition one in that set.
oh nice. My heir is a 4/4. That's excellent. My king died, and it's like,
Pretty
oh,
good.
what? Instead of a 2/5, you get a 4/4, like 4-shock for 4 fire, 4-shock. It's like, yeah, cool. That's chill.
All the ideas are pretty to be honest.
Yeah, the early
Manufacturing
ones.
does give you goods produced, which is nice. A little bit of a tuppence in development and some of the other areas, which are pretty okay.
Oh, mine. Yeah, I was looking for improve relations, but I did not see it, sadly.
No.
So I'm like, I'm gonna get a lot of improve relations if
Well,
I'm gonna do what I
cultural
want to do.
does give you 0.5 prestige, which does indirectly give you improved relations. I think that's the best you're gonna get. Logistical doesn't really seem to improve your combat ability in any way, which is kind of a letdown. Bit more traditions that indirectly gives you morale.
Logistical gives you heathens and heretics, useless for me.
Mm-hmm.
Combat is okay. That's actually pretty good. The flanking combat ability is good. Movement and morale is okay. Cavalry cost is meh. Tradition's good, but it's only a little bit, 0.2, which is not really enough.
Yeah, I guess I'm leaning towards cultural then, for the prestige in that tradition. You get legitimacy, so that's not as appealing for you. The goods produced and stuff is okay. That's probably the best one in that group. And we gotta wait until 19, which actually probably isn't quite as far off as it seems because of the mod. No, are you talking? Hello?
Yeah, mic check, mic check.
I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. I was saying you need to do what's it called?
Hmm?
Logistical, 100%.
What?
Casus Belli against all these fucking heathens.
God, does it work? I hope it fucking works. It may not work.
Well, it's well then you lose like 360 milli power. It's not actually that bad. But what you gain if it works is
I actually know like how the modding works, and I know when you create that as an idea, you have to then write the scripts for the Crusade CB, and it has to be written properly. And I'm trying to think what mod. I don't know if I played it with you. I remember a mod I played, and no, it was the Game of Thrones one we played together. We picked one of the groups. I don't know if it was you or me, and we did the Crusade idea, and he hadn't done the script for the CB. So like you would get the idea, and it wouldn't give you if that was like the reason I picked the group, and I got pissed off.
But it's the first idea in this
True.
group, not the last
So
one.
I actually am like buying what you're saying. And then it's one, then I can use it to conquer the two that I would want to, and then proceed from there. So yeah, totally.
You can use it to conquer literally
and then
Transylvania, Wallachia, everything.
Yep. Give up the group and then flip back to one of the others. No, it's totally a good call. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that'll get you a CB for all of these shitty little fucks.
Good idea.
Good idea. It is a very good idea. I have a good idea. Listen.
Then you take the money.
Listen.
The money.
I am here to kill heretics. I did not come here for this kind of nonsense.
You do a better African than me.
I came here to go to Wallachia. And in Wallachia, I take their land. I take their money. I take their women. I tell them, I am Transylvania. I am not here to play. I am here for your money and your women. So you step the fuck down. Listen.
It reminds me of Last King of Scotland. You've seen that one, right?
Yeah?
I
remind you of... oh, yes. That was a great movie. Holy shit.
That was a 10.
That was such a good film. Holy fuck, that was good. Yep, approved. Listen. They say they want a leader. I am Grand Consul. Consul. Some of these words I never have used in this accent before. So I kind of have to
no African knows these words.
I am leader.
A general. No. Idi Amin, he would say, I am a general. I always wanted to be a soldier. I am Uganda. Oh god, he did so fucking great in that role.
Uganda. Listen.
What a treasure. Treasure.
This is more Nigerian. This is a Nigerian accent. Like you worry about you. I protect my life. Okay? I protect my life. Now, I am leader of Transylvania. Transylvania is like one that I don't know how to articulate in that accent. Transylvania. I am here. It's tough.
No black person knows what Transylvania is. My ancestors. There's not even a word for black people in Hungarian. Like that's literally true.
Is that true? That's funny. That's very funny.
Yeah.
Listen. Now I'm imagining Idi Amin as the medieval ruler of Transylvania.
Amazing.
What do you know what Shaggy does for a living?
He's a perpetual student. Well, he's an ancient Greek scholar. Wow. He's a graduate student who does like ancient Greek literary texts and stuff.
Dude, I could not go back. Like sometimes I think about doing an MBA and I'm like going back to being a student.
Well, I've got 3 more, and then I've got my master's. I've been doing it slowly because I've been working, and then after
Well,
that,
you don't have your bachelor's?
I have 2 bachelors, but I've
Okay.
got 3 more courses to finish the master's, and then after I'm thinking I may do a PhD.
Yeah, I've
But I
got my
have to,
master's in economics, but
but I have to do a PhD. I don't know, and like something I can do like while also like working. So I have to figure
yeah.
out how the fuck that's
Well,
possible. I know people who have done it, so I know it's possible. But
so in the Netherlands, I don't know, like in Europe, typically you get paid if you're a PhD student because your work is also like teaching bachelor's classes.
I don't know if it's not really the same here.
Uh,
I'll have to look into it more next year, I think.
Listen, you give it a good look. Tell me, you come back and you tell me, is this a good deal or not? Because I am not here to make bad deals. I am here to make money. That I actually genuinely, not even in a mocking racist way, like I actually love that accent. I think it's such a cool accent. Like it really comes from a place of like I just think it sounds so good. It's such, I just genuinely appreciate it. I mean, as you know, my racism is all directed towards other whites, the inferior whites, the lesser whites. I'm like,
it's like old, what's how we described it in the past, like old European racism.
Raper has old school racism. That was your exact quote.
Classicist racism.
Rimmer's an old school racist. He doesn't hate other like colors. He just hates other types of white people.
It's still very racist though against the others. You liar. I appreciate what you say though. I get where it comes from. I get what you say.
I have no issue with a black dude who's got his shit together at all, or a Latino
his shit together,
or a Latino who's got his shit together.
Qualifying statement.
Or a white person who's got his shit together. My issue is always against the just moronic fucking retard lower classes who vote Republican.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Oh, I had such a good idea for a book recently that I actually think I might write. You know Candide by Voltaire, right?
Yep.
So you know how it's just a giant essay mocking optimism?
Yes.
You take that.
And then, what was the one? Pangloss.
No, but
he wrote it after.
Refocus.
Yeah?
Refocus.
Okay.
So, yeah. So Candide was just like, all these people who believe in optimism are fucking morons, and I'm gonna write a book that just mocks them, right? And that's the whole premise of the book. This idiot kid has everything bad happen to him, and he's like, well, if God is benevolent and he's all powerful, then this must be the best of all possible worlds. So God, how are the other worlds, right? That's the whole premise of the book, and he does it through the entire book. I want to take that, I want to do it for the modern era, and I want to do it about free market capitalism. That's good, right? That's good, right? That's really good, right?
If you could write it well, yeah.
That is such a good concept. I had this idea this morning, and I was like, that is brilliant. And you just have some like Republican, right? And then he's in like fucking like the Gulf Coast during Hurricane Katrina, and he's like, oh well, man, imagine if we had government regulation, this hurricane would be even worse. Thank God the free market is taking care of it. And his house gets destroyed. And then he's like trying to marry a girl. You know, in Candide, it's like they don't have enough quarters, right? There's not enough noble houses in it, so he can't marry her. And so it's like, well, my family's only inherited wealth for 4 generations, and theirs have for 16. So unfortunately, I can't marry. You know, and you kind of take that concept and you just run with it, and his life gets more and more fucked up. And you keep that same level of absurdity with characters just dying and then coming back again and stuff. But it's always like goes back to this like, thank God the free market takes care of it. Could you imagine if it wasn't there? You know.
I think you should write this.
I know, right? I actually think it's
I completely approve. Yeah, I love it.
It's I want to order like a fresh translation of Candide off Amazon, like go through the book and then take the whole plot structure and then adapt it for the modern era. I think it's fucking key. I think it's so good.
And then only Democrats will read it because Republicans don't read.
That's fun.
So everyone who reads it will completely agree. with the message.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
the one level of abstraction to your book will be too esoteric for any Republican to comprehend.
Oh, that's funny. All of that is very funny. Oh man.
It is, I mean, you could make fun of it and show it off as absurd, but I mean, I talk to them though, and it is absurd, like what they believe. Like, talk to them about like the excessive wealth inequality, and they just so fanatically subscribe to that idea. Like, no, if you tax them more, that's theft. That's their money. Like it's just
Dude, I
ridiculous.
think I need to write this book. Like, it just so
I think you should.
aligns with everything I believe in and all of my knowledge bases that I think I can do it well. It doesn't have to be long, right? Khadeed wasn't that long. You
No, I
kind
don't think
of,
so.
you make it succinct and tell them to fuck themselves.
I mean, I think I read Candide 10 years ago, so I remember nothing. I remember the doctor, was it Dr. Pangloss? He had like syphilis or something.
Yeah. No, he died
Uh,
like 6 times. He
he
died like
died.
6 times
Uh,
in the series. It's great. He that was the whole joke with it, right? Was he would die and then come back and then die and then come back. That it was fantastic. It was such a funny. It was a funny book. And it was like such a great just mocking of this
he
stupid
was a
fucking
funny man.
concept. It was a popular concept, and he was just like, "You are all morons," and he just showed why. And it's like you can really do that with this like hardline free market capitalism. Even like with he talks about morality and the moral life, and it's like you could do that with like, well, maybe more taxes could fix this, but they're immoral. Sid tried to come at me with that. He was like, "Yeah, but taxes are immoral," and I was like, "Sid, you're a moron." Like, maybe you're right, but also, so what? Because capitalism is inherently immoral, which is fine,
True,
because
yeah,
it
it's
works.
true.
It works, but it's immoral. So the role of the state is to kind of fix that shit. I don't know, dog. You tell me.
These ideas of yours are too advanced for me to wrap my head around. I think we should just let rich people do what they want. That's what I
Yeah,
believe.
I think that's the way to go forward here.
Yeah.
Is just let rich people do whatever the fuck they damn well please. Oh, fucking. He like completely disengaged though. That's the thing that Sid does with me, is he starts a debate, and then I start making my points, and then he's like, "Here's something from 4chan." I'm like, well, Sid, if you didn't want to hear what I had to say, or if you didn't have a good line of argumentation.
Sid doesn't really have political beliefs, though, I don't think.
No, I know.
So there's
I mean, he's
nothing to
basically
debate.
told me. He's basically told me, he's like, look, I actually ask you questions because I respect your opinion and I like to hear your perspective on things. And I'm like, fine, but like, that's boring for me. I want to fight you, Sid. I like to fight. I'm a fighter. Give me something to bite my teeth into. Don't just put an idea out there and then dodge. Or acknowledge that I'm right. Like, one of the two. But this whole, like, okay, so that's your perspective. Cool. So here's a meme from 4chan. I'm like, oh, here's a new topic. I'm like, I in a way I appreciate it because it's like a sign of respect, but in a way I'm like, nigga, give me something to punch. I'm gonna pee. Hold up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love how the provinces in like Moldavia are like all really good. They'd be like great to develop, but that's like the poorest part of Europe. Just sort of ironic to me. Like beautiful plains, farmlands. It's like, wow, I wish I had some of those.
That would be the poorest part of Europe.
Moldavia is the poorest, I think. Ukraine is very poor. Moldavia.
Yeah, they're all pretty poor. See, Europe, is it real Europe? Nah. Me, Europe always kind of ended with the border of maybe the Czech Republic. You're from Hungary. Forgive me, my friend.
My grandparents were.
Oh, I guess they agreed with me because they left. Ooh.
Yeah.
It is. It's like it's remarkably easy being both upper middle class and having Dutch heritage. You know, you're just like it's like the worst you get is like you're kind of a goofy language. I'm like,
It's nice to be freakishly tall as well.
yeah,
It's
exactly.
fucking
Right?
weird. It's like, and I only learned about it like a couple months ago, and I brought it up to you. I was like, did you know your people are just like anomalously tall? And I read
Well,
about it, and apparently it's like a really recent thing, and nobody
yeah, it
knows where the
is.
fuck it came from.
It is.
Like back in the
We were historically kind of
1600s,
short.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Dutch were short, and now it's what?
Dude, I'm fucking like I'm
Yeah,
6'1.5"
yeah.
roughly, and I'm like below average height.
Hmm.
We are a weirdly tall people, and I don't know why. No one really does. It also doesn't make sense just from like a pure like genetics like
I just don't see how it would become a trait,
yeah,
like
from nowhere.
heredity wise. Something
It
in the
becoming
water.
it becoming a hereditary trait from nowhere just doesn't actually make sense. It's like, eh, eh, eh. All right, so my next play is in 6 years. I attack Rotenmünster and take their last province. Oh god, it's so slow, dude.
So we've been playing since the start of the session. I still haven't converted everybody to Catholic.
That's the dream.
It's been
We gotta.
just getting to the starting point where everybody is the same religion, which every other country, if you play this mod, starts at. Taking me.
A long ass time. But yeah, you're right. It is literally every other country. That's wild. Good for Apulia, though. God, I'm so glad I'm not playing San Marino this campaign.
Jesus, look at the size of that Apulia. Wow.
It's strong as hell.
Like how all the little exclave Naples are still Greek culture because it's the Dark Ages. It's neat. Not familiar with these subcultures of Greek. The fuck is Maniote? Never heard of that in my life.
Morian.
Aromanian. Arbanite.
I never heard that either. Arbanite, I imagine, is Albanian. Oh no, that's Albanian is above Albanian. Wow. Yeah, I don't know this at all either. I guess Manio is Spartan.
That would make sense,
Manly.
yeah.
Tiny, the little Easter egg they put in there. Umbrian, Tuscan, Romanian, Emilian, Sardinian, Lombard, Venetian. What is this? Asiago. Austrian. Oh, this bad boy is brutal. Holy shit, 10 more years till it's gone.
That's why it's so important to start with that silver mine. At least you're
Yep.
like going towards something while you're waiting.
Make that money. I'm legit actually spending the money to drill my troops, which normally I would never do. But given the context of force limits in this game, that actually feels kind of big. You know what I mean?
It's not a bad idea. I still don't do it myself. I don't know.
I never do it normally, but I've got a shit ton of cash, and I got a silver mine, and I have a very low force limits. I'm like, if I can afford to make these the best goddamn soldiers Europe has ever known, maybe I do that. You know? Then maybe I can even fight a war against a larger army with my four fire 4 shock and my 100% drill. I do drill when I'm playing trading countries, obviously, when you have full mercenary. Because like it's a game, and so your artillery just becomes ridiculously powerful. But like this, I would never normally drill early game. But fuck it. HRE looks so cool though.
No, he did a great job on this.
Absolutely fantastic.
Just the attention to detail. I don't know how he did this without going mad.
I mean, I would have gone insane.
I suppose that's why he stopped working on the mod, because he probably did reach that point. But,
he just went fucking nuts.
yeah.
He was like, actually, I'm good. Good. Oh shit. The king died again? What? Son of a bitch. Well, that sucks. Now I have 3 shitty generals to choose from. I guess 2 fire, 2 shock is the way to go. That's really disappointing, actually. Disappointing.
I hope I don't do all this work to like make Transylvania like a decent country and then just get annexed by Hungary.
Yeah, exactly. That would be shit. Croatia kind of wants to get the fuck out from under Hungary.
Does it? Is it rebellious?
No, it's only 32%. Oh no, it just went down to 27. Kinda.
He's a little bit ahead on Diplotech.
Hungary is?
Yeah, so that gives a relation penalty. Yeah, 27. Yeah, that's pretty low though. Very good monarch. Oh, it's the autocars now in charge of Hungary, Croatia.
Wait, did my good general just die? Why wouldn't he die? It'd be too handy for him to not die. Of course I would hire it. Oh. Wait, I'm losing money now? How am I losing money?
Building your army.
Yeah, but I was not losing money prior to this. Did I force them to decrease? Alright, well the army's at 71 drill. Still an extra 7% and minus 7%. Oh.
Oh, my leader is a zealot. That's why it's so easy to convert stuff right now. It's pretty cool.
That's cool.
I've gotten my first stability through the papal thing.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Things are looking up.
We started in 43, so it only took 43 years to get to that. Plus one step.
No, we started in 54,
Oh,
I think.
54, okay. It's not as bad.
32 years.
You know, the more cardinals you get, the higher your relations are. I suppose the more points you do receive. You know what country is surprisingly good to play as Catholic as?
What's that?
The Dutch. I did a game. If you start as Friesland starts a republic up there.
But it's tribal, isn't it?
No, I mean in vanilla. And then you unite the Netherlands as a republic, so you get a shit ton of monarch points for Republican government. And then you develop your cities, and then you get a shit ton of cardinals. And then you use the Catholic to get max stability. Just synergizes really freaking well. That's one of my new kind of like combos I like to do now is Friesland into the Netherlands and stay Catholic for stability.
Oh, well. Yeah.
Yeah, they're adding a couple little buffs to the Catholics next patch, but they're like only for the New World. Like you can choose like to send the Jesuits or like the Franciscans and stuff, and you get a little colony bonus.
Motherfucker. I just got dragged into a war against my ally.
Don't do that.
I mean, it's
Don't
fine.
help the AI.
Like,
Don't
it's
help
fine.
the AI.
I need that AI though for my own purposes.
As long as it's not dragging you into a war that will kill you.
No, definitely not. I'm like the biggest dick in the neighborhood, so not such a big dick that I can kill all the little dicks around me at once, but like such a big.
It's going with the dick analogy. I love it.
But just enough
You're
of a big dick.
You're mixing your metaphors.
No. Just enough of a big dick.
Killer penis. Killing other penises.
Yes, just enough of a big dick that I can kind of just handle shit, and it's cool. When I walk away, I didn't want this fight. Why are you going there? What the fuck? Why am I stuck in this province? Well, that's a fun bug. It's a very fun bug. I don't know what to do with this bug.
So
Game is just doing some really weird shit now. Tech conquest of tech. Okay. Oh, favors dropped to 0. That's unlucky.
From what?
One of my allies declared war on someone else who's also
Mhm.
allied to someone else.
So you went at war with one of your allies? Doubt your favors you had saved up.
19 favors that I lost.
Are you saying that their arbitrary war over nonsense wasn't worth you losing this?
Nope.
Hungary's annexed. Oh no, he's got one more to integrate. And then he's still guaranteeing me so far. I'm just worried that once he integrates this last little guy, he's gonna come for me.
We had that last time and he didn't.
Yeah.
But you still gotta integrate Nitro.
That's his last one. He's halfway through with them. Oh, it's pause for now because his Diplo rep has dropped for some reason.
Maybe he'll have to go after Styria or Austria or Bohemia.
Hoping he ends up at war with thingy. Poland and Bohemia, hopefully.
Yeah, he's rivaled with Byzantium and Poland. He's gonna get fucked.
And Bohemia.
Yeah, he's gonna get fucked pretty hard.
But he's got that really strong PU over Croatia.
Alright, 2 billion now owes me 24 favors. Whoever he killed is not. "17, bad boy. I really look forward to my next war of 2 provinces.
Yeah, once we get to the last 3 ages, absolutism is probably very fast to expand at that stage.
Yep. Only 20 hours later.
Yeah, more than that.
More than that. My adorable little country. Yeah, it's 3, now I'm 5. 7 after the next one. Probably have enough boy that I do. This truce expires in May of 89. I'm about to take Rottweil, which means that I'll be able to fill my core with Rottweilers. Hey.
We got 2 more provinces to convert. Once I have this idea group, I'll pick up Crusade, see if I get a CB. I'll try to
And if you don't, not a big loss.
my 2 buddies over here.
Good boys. How does he not have such bad boy that like no one will ever talk to him again?
Who's that?
But does the AI not get bad boy? Yes, it does, doesn't it? They just conquer like in
Who are you referring to? Montfort?
Tübingen.
He's got 38.
Alright, 38.
He's got quite a lot with, yeah, it's very high.
I was
Some
looking
of
in the
them.
wrong. I was looking in the wrong column. That's what happened. They have 89. Yeah, I basically need the entire province of Württemberg so that I can actually go properly swing that dick around.
Yeah, it's funny because I've got Hunyad over here, which is only 2 provinces in that state. And then Württemberg is like huge. It's
Enormous.
20 provinces.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a mod, so it's not perfectly whatever developed.
Well, I mean, I think it's
obviously
supposed to be balanced.
Germany's gotten more attention than other parts of the map.
And there's also a lot more dev in Württemberg, for example, than there is in wherever your state is in Transylvania.
Right. I think Transylvania, if he really, I mean, I'm not criticizing the level of detail, like if he really, really put in a shit ton of detail, Transylvania would actually be an extremely fascinating one to portray, because it was like several different ethnicities. It was the Siebenbürgen, right? Because there were 7 German cities that were all like kind of rich trading cities in the region. Then you had this way in the eastern part was where the CKs, like think of Louis CK, they were like a Hungarian ethnicity over there. Then you've got the big expanses in between, which are all, Wallachian guys.
Yeah.
I don't know, it'd just be very cool if they like showed all that in the mod.
Yeah, okay. Go 2-speed for a bit, because I'm about to go to war.
Yeah.
A little bit of a dodgy war, but I think it'll be okay. Australopithecus, friends to the end, and it's over, over again. It's a shame. I have this northern ally that I'm gonna have to betray and just kill at some point. A bunch of shit though. He took like, yeah, but he actually didn't take that much dev. He took 30 dev. I had taken dev. Still, it seems kind of bullshit. figured out how many drops, by the way.
What? Oh, why your income drops? What's up?
Yeah, I stopped receiving war reparations.
Ah, you're being funded.
I had beaten up a bunch of dudes in a big war and gotten war reps from all of them.
Nearly nice, homogenous, one religion.
Yeah,
Nearly there.
same. Almost all Catholic. Oh wait. Oh wait. It's gonna be such a nightmare. Oh my goodness.
Oh god, the Reformation. That's what you're on about.
Yeah.
Just envisioning it now, assuming it functions properly. Well, the time we played, like this one a year ago, it like bugged out on us, didn't it? And like Martin Luther, he did the date wrong, and he came way too early.
Yeah.
They probably fixed it at this point.
Australopithecus. Friends to the end and over again. Oh, come on. I would really get a fucking coalition for those provinces? For real?
Can you cycle and get a improved relations guy and a prestige guy?
I have a improved relations guy. I don't have a
Prestige also helps. Prestige like adds up quite a bit.
I know.
Whenever you get half your prestige as improved relations, which is nice.
What I'm thinking is I just do them one at a time. Just 3 dev. Get 10 bad boy for 3 dev. Are you fucking serious? I have a claim on it. I got a claim on it. Dude, expanding in the HRE is so brutal. Oh. Holy shit.
Could be
Mm-hmm.
worse. Could be Argo.
They're not wrong. I could be Argo.
Scoop your eyes out. And then if you look at Argaf, you notice below it is Burn, which is in a PU with worms, so that's a no-go.
Yeah.
You border a couple OPMs right at the start, and you have to just time it properly, and then get lucky.
Yep.
Your first opening move.
Sounds like San Marino. You have literally 2 options in San Marino. You have the one to your west and the one to your east, and you're squished between the 2 of them. You have to make sure which one you attack works out.
San Marino, do they start at 3 dev?
They start at 9 dev.
9 dev. 3
They're
times as good as Arga.
I'm not saying they're equal, I'm just saying.
You have to develop the shit out of your starting province if you're an OPM, that's for fucking sure.
Especially if you're an OPM republic.
Yeah.
Friends to the end and it's over. Okay, so if this war goes on another year, I'm good. $30 bad boy for that province. Alright, it is a 16 dev province. That is pretty good. I'll take it back. I'll take my bitching back. That's fair.
Okay.
That's
Maybe not gonna